$6.99 ones really splashing the cash. Some of the bits that I wouldn't maybe recommend. Vision didn't quite come to life, and I was just like, I can't do this. I just can't. Hang on, how do I even do this? Can somebody please explain to me why it does this? Is this thing on? Cool, I think that's okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my sofa. I've actually filmed quite a lot of vlogs in this spot. Oh my god, I've just noticed there's like pink clouds outside. Aww. Actually, you know what? I did film my McDonald's Q&A in this spot, but I wasn't using like my professional camera. My DSLR, I was using my vlog camera. Today, I just fancied sitting down and filming a bit of a home haul because I haven't really posted that much home stuff recently, apart from my office transformation video that I did, like, I think it was it in February or March? Because suddenly, like, you're allowed to have people come round and sit in the garden. However, in order for people to come and sit in the garden, they have to walk through the house. And I was like, actually, you know what? My friends haven't been round in like, what, 8 months or something? Okay, maybe it hasn't been that long, like 6 months. And I kind of had this idea in my head that, oh, okay, in this next lockdown, it'd give us time to do some stuff to the house, get some more bits sorted down here in the living room. And did we do that? No. But in the past couple of weeks, we have bought some more homey bits to make this living room a little bit more I don't know, I guess just sort of homely, add a few extra touches to it. If this isn't your type of video, I will be back next week with more makeup videos. So I guess the first thing that you can't actually see, like I can't really hold up and show you, but I will insert footage of it, like after I've just introduced them. We got a new rug, we got a new coffee table, and we got a new mirror. The coffee table and the rug were from Wayfair, which is like an online home store. They sell pretty much everything and they have loads of different sellers within it, but I will try and link these down below. So we just got this glass round coffee table and then the rug, which is just like cream, and it's got sort of like grey like checkered pattern on it with some tassels. So I would just insert a little clip of that now because, like I said, can't exactly just pick up my coffee table and show you, although I can show you my nice plant that is sitting on the coffee table. So I've currently got absolutely everything in here because obviously I'm about to film with everything around me. So it's just scattered all over the place. But this is the new coffee table and then the new rug. It does have these tassels on it as well. So I really like those. I think they just add a little extra touch to the room and make it feel a little bit more cozy with the rug. Then we did get a mirror, which we've hung above the fireplace. I do eventually want to replace the fireplace. But for now, it's gonna stay. And we had been meaning to get a mirror to go above here literally since we moved in. And I only just got round to it. I ordered it a couple weeks ago. I did get it off eBay. It was from like an eBay shop. So like a seller that has loads of different items and like multiples of the items. It wasn't just like a one-off. They do sell this particular mirror on other websites as well. Some of them are a bit more expensive, some of them are a bit cheaper. This was £125. They had a really similar one on the range, which was I think like 60 quid, which was white, but we just really liked the black one. So ended up getting this mirror, so excited for it. And then it arrived and I got it all out of the packaging and it was smashed. And so I was so gutted in that moment because I was so hyped to put up my new mirror and, you know, everything was ready. We were ready to go, got it out, and it was smashed. So obviously got back in touch with the seller. They were actually really nice and they were like, yeah, we can do an exchange. And so then they had to come pick up the other one and then send a new one, and that only arrived like a couple days ago. However, when we went to put the mirror up, we did like measure everything, like where the holes are on the back. We got the tape measure out, we measured like exactly where the holes need to be and like how high up we wanted them to go from like a specific spot, measured it, it was all straight and lovely, drilled the holes, hung the mirror on the wall, and it's wonky. I have got no idea how we managed that, but one of the holes is drilled slightly lower. So now we're like, what do we do? If anyone's got any suggestions of how to fix a wonky mirror, let me know. Very annoying, very frustrating. I really love the mirror though. It looks really nice. It's just a little bit wonky. So here is our lovely mirror, which if you actually look at it straight on, it is not quite straight. Like if you look at the fireplace, it's wonky. So we're gonna have to try and do something about this, but it's a really nice mirror. Next, we went to the Range and we also went to B&M and we also went to Asda. I was actually on the hunt for some garden furniture because we didn't get any sort of like nice garden furniture last year. Wanted to get a few bits for the garden. We didn't end up getting any furniture, but I got quite a few garden bits and also a few cushions that you can see around me. So these cushions here that I'm holding, these were from the Range. The yellow ones are from B&M. I think these were around £10 each. Very affordable, and I absolutely love this. I hope you can sort of like see the pattern on it. But yeah, I really liked these and I thought that they would look a little bit nicer on the sofa than just like the plain cream ones that we had, because these have got like a little bit of texture. They kind of match with the rug nicely. So got 2 of those ones. And then we thought as well to go with these, which are our bee cushions, which were from Sainsbury's, I think, like last year. And I love these little bee cushions. I think they're so sweet. They've just got like yellow piping around the edge. But to match with those, I thought those went really nicely with it. But then to add a little bit of colour, we got these yellow, like mustard yellow ones from B&M. These are actually really soft, and these were only £8 each. And yes, they probably aren't as like good quality as if you are to spend like a bit more on a cushion cover, obviously. But I thought they were really nice, and they matched really nicely. They're really squishy. So we got 2 of these. I also thought that these cushions would look quite nice outside when we do get some nicer garden furniture. Obviously not to like leave them outside, but on a hot sunny day, you just want a bit of back support. I think these look quite fun in the garden. So then also from the range, we got some blankets, like some blanket throws, because my friends did actually come over and like sit in the garden the other day. Honestly, like, why does my hair become tangled after 0.2 seconds? And we just needed some basic throws to like put out in the garden, because my friends did come over the other day, absolutely freezing, and everyone was kind of sitting there shivering. So I thought in preparation for that, I would get some throws, and these will just be really useful anyway. Even in the summer when you have people around to sit in the garden, like it does get chilly, so I just thought having some extra throws would come in handy. And these are actually really soft. They were only £6.99. Got a navy one, and they're really soft, and it's really big actually. They had some smaller ones which I think were like £4.99, but these £6.99 ones really splashing the cash. It's actually a really decent sized throw, and they're really soft. It's quite thin, but like it definitely did the job at like keeping us warm the other day. And then we also got a grey one as well, and they are super soft, and just basic things that will come in handy forever, really. Also from the range, this was one of the first things that we saw when we went in there. It's a little like key and letters holder that you can hang on the wall. I just thought this was really sweet, and we always end up kind of just like putting our keys on the side, and same with letters and stuff. Like if any sort of like junk mail comes in the door, any sort of letters that we need to read, we'll just put it on the side, and it looks a bit like ugly, and then stuff will fall. So I thought, you know what, let's just get something to actually put the keys on. We can hang the keys on, put the letters in. We just need to drill a few screws in the wall and then just hang this on. I thought that was really sweet. And then another thing as well, this was also from the range. This was only £3.99, which I think is an absolute bargain. This is like a coat hook, or to be honest, we're probably going to use this for like dog leads and stuff. I'm not actually sure that this would be like strong enough to hold heavy coats, because we have a lot of coats. And it's just got this sort of Aztec print on it. It's got some polka dots. It's very basic, like it's very simple, and it's just got some white hooks, but I thought it was quite nice and it would do the job. And then you might recognize this if you've watched any of my previous home hauls. I think I've put them on my vlog channel, but we do actually have this throw already in grey, but I saw it in navy and realized that I actually think I prefer it in navy, because I think that mustard yellow and navy work quite well together. And we have a little bit of blue like behind me on the wall. Oh, you can't actually see. If you go over to my vlog channel, you'll see like this wall, we got some prints with Desenio. I actually did work with Desenio a while back, and some of those have got a little bit of blue in them, so I thought that this one actually matched a bit nicer. And I think this was £6.99, which again, like absolute bargain. Then we also got these towels. I think it was £15, and you get 4 towels. They're not like particularly big towels. They're sort of like, it's not like a big bath sheet towel, you know, it's like a half size sort of towel. But we thought that they were coming really handy, because we did get some towels when we first moved in, but it's always handy to just have extras when the others are in the wash. And these ones have just got 2 navy and 2 grey. They also did the same set in like 2 different tones of grey, I think. But we just thought that these ones look really nice. So like I said, you get 2 hand towels, and then 2 sort of like, it's supposed to be a bath towel, but it's like a small bath towel. Fine for me, maybe not for James. So the final bits that we got from the range were bits to go in the garden. And I will just show you these, because I've got a bit of a review for you for some of the bits that I wouldn't maybe recommend. So currently in the garden, we've got a wooden table, some wooden chairs, a little metal table, and some metal chairs, which were all handed down from various members of the family, which is really nice, but they're not particularly comfortable to sit on. And because my friends were coming over the other day, I thought I better get some like seat cushions to put on the chairs so that we can actually sit out there for a couple of hours. And we saw these in the range, and I thought they were really nice. They are sort of beachy vibes. We'll say these were actually pretty comfy to sit on, but they're not massively big. So on the metal chairs, these were a little bit too small, but they do the job. If you just got like basic garden furniture and you want to make it a bit more comfortable, I would recommend these. And I think they were £6.99 each. We did end up getting 4 of these ones, and then we also got 4 of the plain grey ones, which I think were, these were £4.99, so that's a bargain. Actually, you know what? I think these were £5.99, and I think the plain ones were £4.99. Obviously, you can't leave them out in the garden because they're not waterproof. You have to take them in again, but that's fine. And then I had this vision, okay, of having some really cute lighting in the garden, Vision didn't quite come to life. So we wanted to get some lights to go in the garden, like fairy lights or some hanging bulb lights, which we could sort of like hang around the edges of the garden to make it look quite cute. So we got two different types. We went for these, which again, these were all from the range. These are some solar paneled LED micro string lights. I thought in the picture, like, you know, I mean, they've got it wrapped around a tree. I probably should have guessed that they weren't going to be that easy to just wrap around anything. And also as well, I started setting all of this stuff up about 2 hours before my friends came round. And then I read the box and it was like, you need to charge them with the sun because they're solar powered. It recommends that they have up to 24 hours of sunlight before you turn them on. And my dumbass was like, of course they're gonna need charging up because they're solar paneled. But I just didn't really think that through, did I? So I put them out and then they didn't really work that well because they'd only had a few hours of sunlight. They did still turn on though. But I will say with these little fairy lights, they were just the very thin, like wire strips of fairy lights. And as soon as I got them out the box, they tangled themselves. And I'm not kidding, I literally spent about half an hour trying to detangle these freaking fairy lights, and then once I detangled them, went to go put them up and they instantly just retangled and got in a massive knot. And I was like, okay, at this point I'm done. I need to go get myself ready anyway. And I was just like, I can't do this. I just can't. And honestly, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to get them untangled. So if you are looking for fairy lights that you want to like hang somewhere, I really think that the only solution for these is to wrap them around something. It was so frustrating, and then they looked ugly and they're just there because I can't even bring myself to take them back down again. And then another set that I got, which might be more successful, but I'm not sure because I haven't tried because I spent so long on the other ones. I didn't even have time to try and put these up, but I will. These are the solar bubble string lights. Oh God, I mean, these also look like they're gonna be quite hard to detangle. Actually, they're not too bad, but these have just got little sort of like crystallized bubbles on the end, and I think they look really sweet. And then the way that it works is you just like stick this solar panel bit in the ground. Why did I do that so aggressively? You stick the solar panel bit in the ground and then obviously like point this at the sun, area that gets most sun in the day. They charge up and then you can switch them on and off, and you can actually have them flashing or just like standard, just on the whole time. So I'm hoping that those ones will be a bit more successful. And then also as well, oh, these ones were actually from B&M in the end. These were £10. £10, I was thinking that seems a bit too good to be true. And I mean, it kind of is. I kind of thought they were going to be the lights that automatically came on in the dark, but the reason I wouldn't necessarily recommend these, like they were very cheap and cheerful and they do the job. I did take one out of the garden just to show you what it's like. So it comes with this like very thin sort of metal tube, and actually putting on some of the base bits, some of the metal tubes were sort of like bent out of place, and so it was really hard to get the bases on. But you stab it into the ground and then they're solar paneled on the top. But the catch with these is you get 10 of them and you place them around the garden, but each one you have to individually take the top off. Hang on, how do I even do this? You have to take the top off, switch it on, and then put it back in. And so, oh, and that's just turned straight off, has it? Why is it? Okay, it works when it's upside down, but apparently it doesn't work when it's... Am I being really stupid? Okay, it works like that, but then when you put the top on... Okay, now it's working, and it's gone off. I mean, yeah. Wouldn't necessarily recommend these. Then in Asda, I actually spotted this little lantern, which again is solar paneled. This was only £5, and I thought it looked really cool. Sort of matches the theme of like the rest of everything in this house. I like black metal. Don't know if you've noticed, but this is another solar paneled one, and it's another weird one that sometimes works when it's upside down and doesn't work when it's not upside down, which is really confusing. Okay, so it works that way, but then you turn it... Can somebody please explain to me why it does this? As soon as you turn it up that way, it turns off, but then it works when it's upside down. Like, I don't understand, but this was okay. It doesn't really give off very much light because it's just got some little sort of fairy lights. Like, these are the wired fairy lights on the inside of this. They gave a little bit of light when I was sitting out there with my friends the other day, but not great amounts of light. But I think for £5, like, it looks pretty cute and it sort of works. If anyone has any recommendations for like lights or lanterns outside that actually provide quite a lot of light, Please let me know, because that would be really helpful. Because we ended up ordering food, and by the time we'd ordered food, it was like pitch black outside, and we were literally having to eat our food with like my phone torch. I had to shine my phone torch onto me so that I could see what I was eating. Don't you just love the British weather? Next thing that we got from B&M, this was so basic, $5.99. It is an extra large 6-bar radiator airer. You hook over your radiator and it pulls out, and then you can hang stuff like, you know, on these little bits, so you can hang more stuff next to the radiator, which I thought was a very smart idea, so just got one of those. And then the final thing that we got from B&M was actually for Pinky. This is called a Boredom Buster. It was $3.99, and what you do is you put like treats in these, under these little cups, and then they have to try and like knock the cups and get the cups out so that they can get the treats on the inside. It's not the most advanced dog toy, but it was only $3.99. It kind of did the trick. Although she did end up just then running off with like one of the plastic things, and I think she chewed it, so I don't actually know where this one's gone. Oh, actually I lied about that being the final thing. Also in the range, I think, we got a pair of secateurs to trim some bushes and stuff, so adult shit. And then finally, what I got in Asda is for the kitchen, and this is a hand mixer. Can't remember if I mentioned in one of my like baking, I was gonna say my baking videos. I've never done a baking video, don't know what I'm on about. I've had a recipe before where you need to whip stuff, and in my food processor that I have, there's no whisk attachment. It's just like a blade for, and there's like a dough attachment, but there was no whipping whisk attachment. So I got myself a hand mixer in Asda. This was only £10, which I thought was an absolute bargain. This is kind of all I really need. I didn't need anything fancy, just need to whip some egg whites from time to time. So I think that is everything in this home haul. Sorry if this wasn't the most interesting video, like I don't have loads of sort of cutesy bits. It was mostly just practical stuff, but that's what we needed. If anyone has any recommendations of where to get some good garden furniture from, let me know. And I am just gonna answer a question of the day. I do actually have quite a few makeup videos lined up next week, so let's just hope that my skin is like back to normal by then, or bearable, so that I can actually put some makeup on it and it doesn't look disgusting. Today's question of the day comes from Georgia D, and she has said, what is your favourite drugstore foundation? I'm struggling on what to buy that's cheap enough for when the shops reopen. You know what, my current favourite drugstore foundation that I used to love, if anybody has been here for years, you will know that I used to love the L'Oreal Infallible foundation. They've recently sort of like rebranded it. Actually, I don't even know if it's that recent. I think it's the same one. It's called the L'Oreal Infallible Freshware foundation. But like, to me, it seems exactly the same as what it used to be. But I really like it, and I've started using that again. It's kind of like the L'Oreal True Match, which is another one of my drugstore faves. But the True Match is a little bit more oily, I guess. But they're just so like thin, and they have really nice coverage. So I really like that one. I also really like the Revlon Color Stay, absolutely classic. I really like the Maybelline Super Stay if you want a really like thick, full coverage foundation. That one is really good. But yeah, I would say my favorite at the moment is the L'Oreal Infallible. It's really nice. And I think it's like £10 maybe. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are doing okay. I hope you have a lovely weekend. That is it from me. I will see you next week with some more makeup stuff. I'll see you then. Bye.